back to Ashi's Book Club. So today I have brought you another introduction of a new book set. So this is something that all of you might know. So this is a series like a movie series, and also the movies were taken into books. So I don't have the entire series, but I have some of the books that you might be interested in. So this is the Monster High series. So here we have 6 books, and I'll be introducing each of them to you. So if you have watched the movie, like unlike many other books which were books to movies, this book was taken like from movies to books. So like the book is mostly like based on the movie, so like it's the same thing. But it's kind of interesting when you read it because you have details and the movie doesn't. So like, you know what I mean. So first we have the junior novel, Fry's Camera Action. So in these books, there's a special thing. If you might have read, you might know. There are parts of the movie inside the book. So like, these pages are like comic type pages, and you have parts of the movies in the middle of the book. And some of the movies, like there are main parts, and in some of the books there are parts in posters. So I don't have the posters because like they're in my room. So like, if I can, I'll show you one day, like when I'm reviewing one of these books. So let me read to you the introduction. When Draculaura is led to believe she's the rightful heir to the vampire throne, she and her beast girlfriends are whisked away to Transylvania to attend a royal coronation to die for. But they soon discover that the hunt for the queen is not yet over. The girls must locate an ancient artifact known as the Vampire Heart in order to discover the identity of the true vampire queen. It's a fantastic adventure that will lead them from the Tower of London to a haunted riverboat in New Orleans, and finally to the glamorous Bowie lots of Honeywood. Could this be the moment Draculaura finally receives her vampire powers and discovers that the screams can really come true? So you might see that fantastic Tower of London, New Orleans, and Beast Girlfriends are like these, monster words for like best girlfriends and like, London and, stuff like that. So like, it's kind of interesting when you read this because the spellings are like something that you never think about. Next we have Freaky Fusion. So this movie is not something that I have watched. So I first read the book and then watched the movie. So then I was like kind of confused because everything that was said in the book was not there in the movie. Like the details were not there, but thankfully I have the book with me. During the Bicontinental, the girls discover an old scientist's workshop and travel back 200 years to the beginning of Monster High. But when they try to get home, they go through a vortex, which fuses some of the girls together. With the help of the fusions, the monsters in school, the girls, learn how to control their combined flaws and together face their greatest challenge, saving Frankie. So in this, there are 8 girls, I think, and in that they are mixed together into 4. So like they're literally mixed into one person. I don't know how that happens, but this is fiction. So like here is a picture of the Freaky Fusions like getting mixed together. Next we have Haunted. So this is like my favorite novel and movie because the fashion is awesome. I love the fashion. So like the chains and the wispy feeling is kind of like interesting for me, and like the fashion is perfect. When Principal Revenant learns that Spectra has brought non-ghosts to the ghost world, she punishes the student with detention chains that prevent her from returning to Monster High. Now the girls have to assume new forms and travel back to Haunted High to save their friend and uncover a true nature of Principal Revenant's punishment. So the punishment is that, getting chains around them. But did you know that Principal Revenant also had a lot of detention chains around her? Well, read the book to find out, until I review it. Now this is quite a long name. Booyok Booyok, the Monsterific Musical. So this is like the movie was basically like kind of hard to find for me, so like I had to search a lot and then get it, but I don't know if you might have watched it. But it's kind of interesting because like it has a lot of characters that are not in the lore of music like Monster High, but then there are new characters. Cleodinal is so excited to visit Buyok and she's practically bursting out of her bandages. She's bringing her best girlfriends, plus a new friend, pop sensation Katinoa. The Gauls expect to have the celebration times of their unlives partying at a gala, celebrating an ancient Egyptian artifact, the comet crystal. Cleo doesn't know it, but her sister Nephera is planning to trick her into making a sacred promise under the light of the comet when it passes over Buyok. A promise that will change her destiny forever. And no one knows that the comet is on a collision course with the Boo World, hurtling directly toward Buyok. It's a fantastic claw-biting adventure and no one will ever forget, as long as they survive the night of the comet. In this book, I don't know if you know this series, but like it's a movie and book series named Ever After High. So like Ever After High and Monster High collaborate in this book in the last chapter, and this comet is a person, like a character from the Ever After High series. Next we have from this set like the last novel according to a movie, Great's Carrier Reef. When Laguna Blue, her girlfriends, and Gil Weber try to save Torali's tribe after she accidentally falls into the Monster High pool, they are all sucked through a vortex that turns them into fish. Yes, no, not fish. It's kind of like mermaids, but yeah, fish. They have been brought there by Poseri, the daughter of Poseidon, who has a mission for Laguna. Dive deep and face her biggest fear. Until she succeeds, Laguna and her friends are trapped in a magical underwater world and cannot return to Monster High. The Gauls, except for Torali, think that it's totally fantastic. Fantastic. So it's fantastic and fantastic. I don't know, like what. Being finished. Wow. But it's not all fun and games. There's a dangerous, scary kraken lurking at the bottom of the sea. Will Laguna and the Gauls sink or swim? Find out in this creeperific deep sea adventure. So in this book, there was a poster at the back. So like you might see this piece. So like I think in these hardcover books, they are giving posters at the back. And then we have a Monster High Adventure Diary. So this is Monster Rescue Go Get Laguna. So these are like not movie based, but they're stories in the Monster High lore. So like it's the story of how the Gauls go and find Laguna into their Monster High school as soon as it was built. Draculaura, Frankenstein, and Claudine Wolf and Cleo de Nile can't wait to bring another monster home to the Clawson New Monster High. Their next creeperific rescue mission leads them to the Great Barrier Reef to find the fantastic servant seagull, Laguna Blue. But when a tropical cyclone strands the Gauls in the Australian outback, their undersea quest is shipwrecked. Can the Gaul friends put their heads together to find Laguna and make their way back home? So this is the book. So I'm actually collecting this series because it's kind of interesting and also like there's a lot of fashion in them. I like the Monster High fashion, like not all of them, but then there's some fashions that are really interesting, like because it's outworldly, you know, like the monster kind of fashion. So these are the books, and there are more movies that I've watched, but I'm waiting to find the books. So if you're interested in getting these books reviewed, go ahead and watch more videos from my channel in the future. And also don't forget to comment, subscribe, and like this video. Bye! See you next day with another ghostly book set.